If there weren't any zoos, I think there'd be a lot of animals that just wouldn't be receiving any protection or help. So a zoo brings in money with the public coming in and people paying to come in, be here and buy food and everything else. That money can then go back into these animals, into like conservation and field projects in the wild.
I think if there weren't zoos, there would be a lot more species extinct already, and a lot less people would understand the threats that animals face out in the wild and the plight and how they can help and stop these animals from becoming extinct.
Zoos actually are really important for wildlife conservation, and you can say that there are lots of other organisations that do it and there are more important things about working in the wild, but actually zoos do a lot of different things in wildlife conservation. We raise money and we do work in the wild, but we also bring people close to animals. We do a lot of conservation advocacy, we change people's behaviour, change people's minds.
Zoos make a massive difference to wildlife conservation. One of the best examples is probably some of the re-release programmes that have happened through zoos over the years. So things like the Arabian oryx that were extinct in the wild, reintroduced by zoos, followed up with educational information with the locals, and the species is now surviving back in the wild again. Same with golden-lined tamarins, released out into the wild, and there's now a good strong population.
We actually have saved many species from extinction. If we didn't have zoos, we would have fewer species now. They would have gone extinct because they were only saved by being in zoos. I love working at the zoo, it's really good fun.
I'm very proud of my job. Like, I really enjoy what I do and I think it's a great thing to do. It can be challenging though, like a lot of physical work, but it's very, very rewarding. And like, especially when you breed something for the first time or you do something for the first time and you can then write that up and publish it and tell other people so that they can do it. I feel like that's a very rewarding thing to do.
It's kind of my life really, that's what I do and what I've done for a long time.
Making a difference. And it's the biggest thing. I've been very lucky and I've experienced some things that most people will never experience or even see in their lifetime.
If you lose animals and you don't know why, or you're trying to work out why, even working with reptiles and amphibians, your job is to look after them and do the best that you can for them. That can be quite upsetting, but it's worth it.
We are here to promote what we do, conservation-wise, education-wise.
And there are some zoos that don't actually do the conservation stuff, and we have to try and convince people that they need to come and support the zoos that do it. So we need to explain to people more about what we do, make them understand how important it is, and try and get them to visit the zoos that are doing the important work.
Zoos can entertain, but they also educate people, and that's like the key part of a zoo, is to educate the public. And the money that those people bring in can then go back into conservation and projects in the wild. And a lot of the animals we have, some of them are not rare or endangered, but then those are ones that the public want to come in and see. And so those animals are just as important as the rare and endangered ones.
A lot of the animals that we have here in the zoo, if they were just left in the wild where many people think they should only be, a lot of them wouldn't be here. The conservation work that we do around the world makes a huge difference.
It's worthwhile, it's doing something that I care about, and so it means an awful lot to me that we do this really good stuff.